Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV and our final match of the evening. And I'll tell you why it's most likely the final match, because I've been doing a little bit of maths in the break. And by maths, I mean spreadsheeting, because, you know, who does these things in their heads these days? And I can tell you right now that the point standings of these three teams, E6 is sitting on 12 points, Ninja is sitting on 11 points, and Vxtrum is sitting on 9 points. So the only way that Vxtrum can win this match and the playoffs overall is if they score 4 points and deny E6 from scoring any points, because that'll put Vxtrum on 13 and keep E6 at 12. If E6 scores 1 point, the best that Vxtrum can do is tie the series. But if E6 scores 2 points, just 2 points, they win the series in its entirety. So E6 are looking like the favorites right now. The other permutation, of course, is Ninja on 11 points. Well, if Vxtrum pick up 2 points, they will tie for second. But if they pick up 3 points at least, then they will pip Ninja at the post, Ninja Esports at the post, and take second place in tonight's playoffs. So there's plenty to play for here, ladies and gentlemen. And one of those things, or 10 of those things, are skins. So you should be entering the raffle, HEYPALL, with 2 L's at the end of it, and you will be in the draw for one of those skins. And we've got a bunch of skins to give away, so, you know, chance your arm. If you're after a particular skin, just let us know. And you can hear the game has just begun. So without further ado, I'll hand you back to the boy who's going to take you through Champ Select together with Lionberg.
Welcome back, guys, to what could potentially be the final map of the evening here. Bans are coming out. This map is going to be Frozen Guard, so the Canessa ban is justified. If she gets space on this map, she can be deadly. So banning her straight off the bat is a very wise decision, I would say. Bomb King being the first to get locked in for Vxtrum on the blue side, and of course E6 on the red side. Makoa being hovered. Obviously, if they take Makoa away from Daddy DLS, he's forced onto a champ that he obviously won't be as comfortable on. He is the Makoa lover, and having him forced off that champ is obviously going to hurt his feelings a little bit. And he might perform a little worse as they get locked in, and Eevee is the one to complement him for the first picks for E6. Inara Ruckus locked in instantly. Very, very quick to decide those two. What do you reckon these next 2 picks for E6 could be, Lionberg?
They definitely could be looking at a Barrack here. Barrack is pretty strong on Frozen Guard, especially on that point where he's got a lot of room to sort of move around, set up his shield, and then set up those turrets as well. They do opt for the Meldamba and Charlene. Other pick I was going to say, they do need a support in this third, fourth pick stage. So good that they picked up the Meldamba and Charlene here, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do with their last pick. Are they going to pick up another tank, or are they going to look for a different damage? Actually, interesting picks here, Grover and Ceres for Vxtrum. I like the Grover pick, I like the Ceres pick, but I'm a little bit worried about how much damage Vxtrum can output. Sure, you've got a Ruckus, he's good, but you don't have anything hard hitting other than the Bomb King. Perhaps Cassie instead of the Grover could have been really good here, but do note that Grover actually does a fair amount of consistent damage now with his projectile speed increase, so not the worst pick. And Barrack picked up, as I predicted here, for E6. So drafts, I would say pretty even so far. So interesting to see how it could play out.
As you said on Timbermill, if you can't get a Canessa, the next best thing is Grover. And that's what they've done. VP being the man on a mission to try and snipe, I suppose, as a Grover. It's going to probably have to sit back. Also does have the healing potential if he wants to try and dash in to help his teammates out. So bit of a flex, I suppose, Grover is at this point, as Facehugger is the man on the Makoa. So one of the best DPS players in the scene that I know of, at least, and he's getting thrown on a tank. So that's an odd choice. Cambo has been doing well on Eevee and also did well on Fernando last time out. So not seeing him on a tank and seeing Facehugger being the one to pick up the Makoa is going to be an interesting one indeed. Hopefully this match is a good one. It could possibly be the final one. We will bring it to you guys very, very shortly. You don't want to miss it. Don't go away.
Last call, ladies and gentlemen, for that raffle. We're going to draw it immediately after this game, so we've got a bunch of skins to give away. Make sure you get in !HEYPALL with 2 L's at the end.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to what could possibly be the final match of the evening. As you guys heard from Crisis pre-game, if Vxtrum 4-0 this, then they will be the winners. If they 4-1, then I believe it will go to a tiebreaker. And Ninja, obviously having the 11 points, can't gain or lose anymore. So the winner could possibly be E6. It looks to be that way. If they win this match, then they take home the victory. And I believe if, as Crisis said, if Vxtrum take 2, then they do tie for 2nd/3rd place. Whereas if they only manage to get 1, then Ninja will take that 2nd spot. And then, unfortunately, Vxtrum will take the 3rd place position. Hopefully, we can get some good matches. I'm going to go ahead and say Vxtrum will not win 4-0. Judging by the way everything I say goes, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's the opposite of what I say, and we can see Vxtrum coming in clutch, coming in from the least points to come out and win the series will be very nice indeed. But just over Slimebird quickly for some nice pre-match predictions and how you think the game's going to go.
3, 2.
I think this could be another close one, like last match. The drafts, no one has a clear heavy favorite in the draft. Well, Vxtrum have the good healing from the Grover and the Ceres. Where E6 struggle is they don't have someone who can apply Cauterize incredibly easy. And Furum had to pick up Cauterize for this. And you see Barrack is already getting pressured so hard onto the point. Makoa is actually already falling low. And Nara manages to get that pick onto Barrack. Shalin replies with the kill onto Ruckus.
Very nice there from DLS actually to get that first kill. Walled off Barrack as he used his rocket boost, so he couldn't really go anywhere, just kind of floated around a bit and did get taken out eventually. So again, the Inara walls are something that if you do want to be an Inara main or want to play the champ more, you should honestly just spend time practicing walls, going in and just looking at some spots where you can get some nice walls off. Because they are game changers. Landing a nice wall is just as good as landing a good ult. It has that much of an impact on the team. And he pulls off a really nice wall. Barrack has to run around and escape the other way, which is going to buy his team a load of time. 2 minutes 12, and the push looks very, very strong for Vxtrum so far. And at the moment, E6 kind of sitting back. Ooh, very nice hook shot from Facehugger. No one capitalizes. DLS stays alive, getting some really nice ranged heals from the Ceres here, being Xylos, of course. And Vxtrum looking very, very strong at the start of this match.
Vxtrum are looking awesome right now. They're pushing forward, they're staggering the team, they're letting E6 pretty much just take free damage. E6 aren't really grouping together and pushing back. So Vxtrum have done a really good job to make sure that they're applying the pressure consistently onto E6 and moving that cart. Look at that, the cart is pretty much just free moving right now, while E6 sits on high ground and just takes free damage from Vxtrum.
Barrack jumping on the stall as best as he can, will go down eventually though, as basically it does take Xylos out, which means no more heals for Vxtrum. Very nice hook in, Luzak does go down, and once that healer goes, once Xylos is out of the equation, VP is the only healer and he is not strong enough to be a solo healer. At least in my opinion, he just cannot be a solo healer in this game. So unfortunately, once Xylos goes down, that's when Vxtrum need to kind of sit back, play a little more passively, and kind of just not let themselves get staggered, which is something that E6 unfortunately have let themselves get into the habit of. It's a bit of a bad habit to, just start trickling in. Yes, it can work if you do it right, if you can stay alive and hold, but unfortunately they haven't really mastered that yet, so they need to stay alive and they need to try and get these 5-man pushes and defenses in. 38 seconds. Can Vxtrum do it, Lionberg?
They definitely could. They have 3 ults up here. They have the Ruckus, Ceres, and Inara. If Ceres is able to land a good ult in the relatively small space that this point is in right now, we could see a wipe from Vxtrum and then pushing the card in. Unfortunately, the Bomb King did pop his ult earlier and was taken out by Challenge before he could even hit anything. So a bit of a wasted ult from him. And Vxtrum right now just taking so much damage. Makoa picks up a kill onto the Bomb King, and Barrack turns around and gets a kill onto Inara. Their tanks are down. Ruckus is down. Vxtrum just aren't even going to be pushed this in. They need to look towards the next round, where they have 3 ults saved and potentially 4 with VP being so close.
I'm going to predict already. The game will not get paused. Okay? Oh, look at that.
Wow.
I wonder how
Next
I knew
level.
that. I had a little heads up notice there from Calder, as it was Zambi who's he crashed. So whether it was a PC crash or maybe just a game crash or an internet crash, we are yet to know. So a bit of an issue from his end, bit of an unfortunate occurrence, but that will give both teams time to just have a little think about their strats, have a think about how they're going to approach this. The items that are being bought are fairly standard, so I think there's no need to worry about stuff like that. Obviously, Cauterize is being heavily prioritized from both teams. We have 4 members of E6 picking that up, and Zambi using the Kronos, and then 3 members, of course, from Vxtrum with Court, Kronos, and Blast Shield from Grover. That's supposedly kind of understandable. I mean, if Eevee is going to be a big threat to him, then Blast Shield is understandable. Kronos is okay, helps him get those heals up a little bit quicker. And of course, DLS is a big fan of the Master Riding, so there is definitely no surprise there to see him picking that up. And Xylos with morale boost, as Ceres does have such a strong ultimate that having level 2 morale boost is going to be a big, I would say it's going to definitely be one of the key factors if they were to win this, which they could. I hope they do.
Definitely.
If they win the match, then that's definitely going to be interesting to look at the scoreboards afterwards. We're going to have to do some little math here with your boy Crisis on probably just, Microsoft Excel or something.
No, we won't. If they tie, so just bear in mind, if there's a tie between these 2 teams, in other words, Element 6 wins, and Vxtrum wins and Element 6 stays on this 1 point, then we'll go to the golden point. So a single first point cap on a map between these 2 teams, and that'll decide who wins.
Well, there you go. This could be a very, very close and certainly an interesting match. This could go either way. I don't think Vxtrum can win the thing entirely since they've already dropped a point, which is unfortunate. But if Vxtrum win this 4-1, then I believe that is where we could see the tiebreaker come in. This is, yes, there we go. We have that confirmed to you guys. So if Vxtrum take this 4-1, it will be a tiebreaker. If not, then I believe it is E6 who take the default victory. Will there be a 2nd/3rd place qualify match?
Point spawning in 15
Crisis?
seconds.
No, they won't.
There will not be. Well, there you go, guys. So this match is one to definitely look forward to. Be sure to stick around. You don't want to tab out. You want to watch this whole thing. You want to have us casting in your ear and me saying everything the opposite of what's going to happen.
Reverse casting.
Exactly. Hopefully you guys are getting some entertainment out of it. That's what this is all about. Some entertainment and some fun Paladins gameplay. Very good team participating this week. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as Sagan begins the round with a nice kill. Eevee did pop the ultimate. Calder does finish off Sagan. There's the Grover roll though. Really not sure what that was for. Most of his team were quite fine on health. Zambi though might go down here. Oh, that was an odd little Grover play. He decided to vine as he got stunned and got kind of just thrown off into the abyss. There is ult coming out from not only the Makoa, but also from the Ruckus. The wall did play a big part in Makoa getting out there alive. So Cambo with 2 kills on the tanks. Bit of a bad wall there from DLS. Kind of blocked off the shots that Lizak could have had from the ultimate. But overall, E6 looked to try and take this point from them.
Yeah, not too sure what happened with that Grover ult there. He really need to save it for the situation where the Maldamba ulted or another ult was popped, so he could ensure that when E6 followed up with all that damage, that his team was able to stay alive. However, there is quite a bit of cauterize, but at only 60%, it should have been enough. Pushing back onto the point here, actually. Sorry, boy.
No, I was going to say, Grover's ult is more of a counter ult, very similar to Fernando. You use it when another ult is used against you, so I mean, odd to him seeing using it as he did before.
Stop the payload.
And E6 capturing the point. One thing I will say though is I feel like at the start of the rounds I've noticed Facehugger just kind of gets straight into the point and starts fighting with the rest of the team. I would next round like to see him pick up some master riding potentially and trying to get around the back side of Vxtrum, trying to get a hook onto the Bomb King, the Grover, one of those high damage targets, one of those key targets on Vxtrum's lineup, and that could really help to disrupt Vxtrum.
Facehugger's hooks have actually been quite nice, but one of the things that I have seen is a bit of a problem is that I'm not sure if he's calling them to his team, because oftentimes he'll get a hook and no one will turn to face the target, which is something that they need to work on, because as Vxtrum have shown, that EDLS lands his hooks and then he'll automatically call it, and a few people will turn to it, and that's how they get their picks. And if Facehugger wants to play this Makoa successfully, he's going to have to do the same thing as well. He needs to land a hook, say, hey guys, I just hooked X, and then they all target X. And then they get a pick, and that's how they start that little steamroll. There's the Bomb King ult coming in. Let's see what he can do with it though. Kind of just rolling into a wall, trying to get some kills. Ults, Barrick.
Lazy ult.
Yeah, he got an ulti pop off, but no kills, not a whole lot of damage. Bit unfortunate. There's the Maldamba ult, trying to capitalize on it. No one dies to from all this ult. The healing has been impeccable from both sides, keeping the team alive through the ult. There's Amber, they're finally getting a kill onto VP on that Grover. There's Eevee dashing in and out, trying to stay alive though. Cambo very low, Liz like firing down. Might escape, is barely alive. Calder with 2, 3 very nice kills. Very nicely played there from him. And this looks to be E6 with a slight advantage with 44 seconds on the clock. Can they make the push, Lionberg?
This is definitely something they need to look into. They've only got 35 seconds left on the clock. They have an Eevee ult, they have a Barrack ult, Makoa ult is now up. They need to say to themselves, are we going to use everything to try and convert this ult, putting ourselves at a major disadvantage going into the next round? Perhaps if they use these ults, they can also bait out the ults of Vxtrum, which means that going into the next point, it should be a bit easier for them. But I would actually like to see them try and commit to this fight here. As VP gets taken out, a few members of Vxtrum are quite low. DLS is caught out by himself. Facehugger's getting caught. Facehugger really needs the ult there to stay alive. If he had done that, they could have definitely looked at pushing it in. 2 members of Vxtrum down. Xylos and Lizlak both get taken out. E6, they're looking really good to push this card in.
Barrack does pop out to try and secure this. Calder has gone off. We're getting some very nice kills. There's VP trying to stay alive. The ult unfortunately doesn't work out for him as Calder with a triple cauterize did pick up that final kill to finish off that nice triple, and he's second of the match so far. Very nice from him and very nice from E6, who have taken this 3rd point, and I believe that means that they have won the series.
That is correct. So they move up into first place, and now what is going to be played out is that Vxtrum could take second, so they need another 2 points to take second.
Cool, so if Vxtrum end up losing 3-4 or winning 4-3, then they'll secure 2nd place, correct?
Yeah, so if Vxtrum doesn't earn any further points, then at this point, so if they lose this final point, Vxtrum will finish 3rd. They need a 2nd point at least to even to reach a tied situation with Ninja Esports, and then a 3rd point to take 2nd outright.
Cool. Awesome.
Well, there you go. You've heard it from the mathematician here. Cry Socrates. That's a philosopher, not a mathematician. Trying to think of a famous mathematician. Cry Pythagoras. He was a mathematician.
Oh,
there
no.
you go. Crisis, the man behind the calculator here, doing all the math for you guys. So, well, there you guys have it. E6 have won this week's little tournament. They've played very, very nicely, and I'd say that they damn deserve the win. They've had some moments where they have looked a little shaky, especially on Frog Isle, I believe. They had some iffy moments, and honestly, I think they did drop 2 maps, 1 to each team that they have versed. But at the moment, it looks like they might pick up this as a 4-1 if they choose to continue playing the way they are. They have 2 ults for them. They have the Eevee, they have the Meltdown, but if they comboed them, could be quite nice. Only the Ruckus on the board for Vxtrum. The pause is still on. Vxtrum was the one who paused, so last time round it was Zambi with the issue. Maybe it is someone on Vxtrum's side having some technical difficulties. Maybe they're just looking at their strats. The scoreboard certainly shows that they aren't performing all that great. Sagan with 8 kills, 4 assists, and 8 deaths. DLS with 6 kills of his own. VP was supposed to be a bit of a DPS, only racking up 2 kills so far with 8 assists, not performing the greatest. Lionberg, do you foresee it being a 4-1 for E6?
It's definitely looking that way, to be honest. The last 2 point fights, Vxtrum haven't done too well. They have had a little bit of ult mismanagement, which has really turned over to giving E6 the advantage in those fights. So if they're going into this, they only have Ruckus right now. So they need to be very careful. If they want to pop this Ruckus ult off, they need to make sure they're doing as much damage as possible. They need to make sure that they're potentially maybe hold it to combo it with something else, like the Inara or Bomb King ults, which are very close. They're at 80% each. I'm not sure if there was a disconnect from Xylos, if his ult is actually at 0%, or if it's just a glitch in the spectator right now. But Maldalba ult and Eevee ult, and E6 should have this fight, in my opinion.
So apparently Face Hugger has disconnected, so
okay,
that's where the problem is.
Well, that is that. And I just want to touch on what Limbo was saying about having Ruckus being able to combo with a potential Inara or Bomb King ult. I don't even know if they need the ult. If Bomb King can get a nice Grumpy Bomb off and get some stuns, then that's when Ruckus can pop his. Or if Inara can get a really good wall off and force the Ruckus ult to get some splash off on the wall, then that can also do a lot of damage as well. There is a lot of options, but they need to really think about what they can do and how they're going to approach this. Because if Vxtrum want to try and take that second place spot, they need 2 more points. These are the small things they need to think about right now. Obviously, they don't have other ults to combo with him right away, but it's just the small things like, you know, a Grumpy Bomb itself plus the Ruckus ult can do a lot, as with an Inara wall. So if they want to do that, that would be very, very nice to see. But obviously, they have the ult disadvantage. And at the moment, it looks like hopefully they can get the lobby back reasonably quickly, because this is a really good match to watch. And I'm definitely enjoying the plays from both sides.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing to point out as well is that Kalded, Zambi, and Blade Shakuras on E6 are actually on pretty high kill streaks right now. And as we know, the higher the kill streak, you kill them, you get more of an ult reward. So if DLS or Sagan are able to pick up one of those kills, it could actually result in them getting their ults back very, very quickly, which could be very influential for Vxtrum. So they need to keep an eye on that, which could be actually really important for them. But going into the fight, they, as you said, they are going to have to be very careful. Using the walls, even the Inara slow is actually pretty good. Grumpy Bomb, also very good, but Zambi and Facehugger do have 2 levels in resilience each, so those crowd controls are going to be mitigated quite hard. However, there's 3 other members for E6 to be affected.
I think that Vxtrum's best bet is honestly the Inara wall plus the Ruckus ult if they want to try and make the most out of it, seeing as it's the only one that they have. Being able to capitalize on it as much as they can is going to be something they're going to focus on. And they both have Master Riding, the only 2 so far in the game with Master Riding. So obviously DLS will get there first. He can drop that wall off. Lizlak can arrive shortly after, get ready to ulti, wait for a few members to, you know, hopefully get in front of a walling position. DLS pops the wall, Lizlak ults, and I mean, best case scenario, they take out some members. Obviously, I wouldn't expect them to get a Penta. I mean, fingers crossed, obviously. I've been wanting a Penta for a while now. No Pentas. But hopefully they can do something with it. You know, just plays like that would be nice to see. And, you know, obviously you're thinking, you know, oh, Nara Bomb King ult will be perfect right now. But, you know, they don't need them. And just for the guys that are watching, just take some tips from what you're seeing right now. Just have a look, and even if you don't see certain things, like if we do not see the Inara Bomb King plus Ruckus being used, keep it in the back of your mind. just even in your own competitive or casual games, or if you're starting a team, do it in scrims, do it in, just games like this, do it in tournaments. Just small things that you can take into consideration that will definitely help you as a team. Maybe Avant could use some of these strategies.
Whew. Throwing the shade, mate. Throwing the shade. What have Empire got to say about these strats?
Point spawning in 15 seconds.
It works.
All right, we're back in the action.
Indeed. 8 seconds till this capture point spawns in, and actually a few more cards have been bought, I believe. Facehugger did take Rejuvenate, which I'm not sure if he had before. So that is a nice little one for him to pick up. Gonna get some more healing from Zambi, who is quite a competent healer. Going straight in though, the wall was up. No one really walled off, unfortunately, so the ult wasn't popped. Ruckus could pop. He is gonna pop it right now. Facehugger really low, gets taken out at the back. Does get one kill, but a 1 kill for 1 ult is more than enough to make use out of it. Sagan takes out Calder as well, which is going to mean a lot of the DPS is gone. The only other DPS champ alive for E6 is Cambo on the Eevee, and that is going to be a point cap for Vxtrum. If they take a 3rd point, they will take the 2nd place spot. They can't take 1st, that will be secured by E6, but Vxtrum want to fight for the 2nd place spot. They want to make Ninja feel that 3rd place burn, despite the fact that their team has already died. So not only are they in a dead team, but they're going to finish 3rd in one of their last tournament matches, which is just salt into the wounds, really. Vxtrum are going to be ruthless. They want their 2nd place spot. And honestly, from what I've seen today, I reckon they deserve it.
Definitely, Vxtrum have been playing actually quite well today. And coming into that point, they obviously, in the pause, took the time to discuss what was going on. They made a plan, and it really showed there. E6 didn't use the ults to their advantage, and Vxtrum were just able to come in and steamroll. And now they're pushing the cart. A minute 40 left, and they're so close. And a huge Seraph ult picks up Charlene and Makoa. Vxtrum are looking super strong here. This is amazing. Good job, Vxtrum.
There she goes. Vxtrum definitely, as you said, are doing extremely well. Get 1 pick, 2 pick, 3 pick. The Ceres ult came in huge, and they just started a bit of a snowball. Here comes the hook though. Xylos actually gets taken down, which means the only heal to be from Grover. However, he is in the fight. He can heal if he needs to. Inara also with him. Cambo blinked on a second too late, and that is going to be 3-3. Vxtrum take the 2nd place spot. E6 first, Ninja 3rd place. They were sitting there. They're probably watching this match going, please choke Vxtrum, please choke. They didn't. They've come in hot. And honestly, Vxtrum could win this if they wanted to. They had the momentum on their side, and E6 maybe a little tilted from the disconnects from Facehugger. And obviously, they're going to be in a bad light after just losing those 2 points so rapidly. So Vxtrum could possibly take this map.
3 ults here for each side. I'm not. Facehugger's ult is showing 0% for me. Not sure if that's a spectator glitch. If you guys have it too. But 3 ults here for each side. Lizlak's ult is close. Xylos, even though it's on 27%, he's got morale boost too. So this fight is going to be very interesting.
Should be a close one. Inara and Bomb King with the ults. Again, if they are used in tangent with each other, it could be huge. Inara's ult was used, Bomb King's wasn't. There goes the Maldamba ult. And that's what we like to see. The Grover ult being popped to try and counter as much of the damage as he can. Rux's ult comes out eventually to try and force the off of VP. Lizlak dangerously low there as he got healed up by the Grover coming in clutch. Does take out Zambi, and that is very nice for them. Looking at the capture point though, 33 and 45%. It is getting slowly picked up just by the members of E6. VP having to try and escape. Sagan also with him. Sagan got hooked in. That's bad news for him. This is probably going to be an E6 point. It is the last point of the match. VP's coming in, trying to stay alive. 87%, 90%. He needs to touch the point eventually. 96, 99 almost. He needs to come in clutch. Lizlak dives on the point. There goes the Barrack ult. He has to try and stay alive. Cambo and Calder taking out people. There is Facehugger and Zambi also with 2 kills off the members of Vxtrum. And this looks to be a 4-3 for E6. They want to take this map, and they have done so successfully. Congratulations for them for winning the match and for winning this week's HEYPALL tournament. Very nice for them indeed. Vxtrum with 2nd place, Ninja with 3rd place. Lionberg, give us a quick little rundown of the last score sheet that we have for you guys today.
Awesome last team fight. Really liked that. E6 did incredibly well there to shut Vxtrum out of the fight. Good overall countermeasure was awesome. But looking at this